Okay, we're here at the
Miss Banks here.
Creation Evidence Museum. I don't know if I can videotape inside, so I'm just doing it real quick. This is where we are. And so it's all about creation. So we'll see. So this is where you prep bones?
Yes.
Are they actual bones?
Yes.
These are the dinosaur bones that we found in our excavation in Colorado.
Oh, in Colorado.
Oh,
Oh, cool.
to glue them back together.
Yep,
Right?
yep. That's the kind of glue we use.
And the water is for.
Okay, so you put it in plaster and you're taking it out of the plaster?
Yes.
And
When we find the dinosaur bones, we put aluminum foil over it,
right,
and then we use burlap soaked in plaster of Paris
right.
to cover it.
Okay.
Still be
So like a regular cast almost.
Yes, that's exactly what we
Yeah.
do. I mean, that way
yeah, we try to.
we do
Kinda
part
clean
of
up
it,
as
then
we
we'll
go,
roll the
so we
bone
don't have
over,
such
and
a
then
big
do the
mess
other
in here.
side.
Okay.
That way we've got a case that protects it.
Right.
Yeah, we just come
Travel
over on
1,500
first Saturday.
miles.
Right, yeah. You don't want it breaking on your
No.
trip.
They're already broken
These
up.
bones, you can
Right.
They're
like to touch these bones.
most of our bones
This-
are
you
just
know-
in pieces.
Can you
So
tell
this way helps
part of
keep
the
them
dinosaur this
protected.
came from?
That's cool.
Go walk down there and
You're
these
close.
ones.
This
We're
is
working on two,
transverse process. Of
pieces of a pelvis
this
Okay.
vertebra
and some vertebrae.
came from a dinosaur, probably like the Camarasaurus is what we think it is. And this
Excuse me, puppy.
this piece right here and that piece, those are two pieces of a pelvic structure, the hip structure of a dinosaur.
Did you play a game with a hand?
Now, what I do,
It looks like a little hand.
the reason all those marks are on there, you see how these are all broken apart and have all these cracks and everything? Well, that's kind of like a jigsaw puzzle. So when I'm taking these pieces apart to clean them, before I take it loose from the jacket, I mark all of these pieces with lines and marks so I know how they fit back together. Because if I don't do that, I wind up with a bunch of pieces that they're real hard to figure out how to get back together.
Ooh,
So that's why I put all those marks on there.
Okay.
That's
If you think about it, that sort of looks like a handle, and then you're like, it's like
Yeah.
a
Yeah.
hammer.
well, anything that matches, so you can match them up again.
Let me show you this picture. See, this is what it looks like when we find these in the ground.
So they kind of attack, but it's a lot of times.
Most of them are intact, like this big leg bone, but we have to dig them out of the ground. You see this round bone here?
Yeah.
This that you see in that picture, that's this bone right here.
Wow.
So
upside down.
It's upside down from what it is in the picture, but that's the same bone that's in the picture. And that gives you an idea. That's what it looks like when we find them in the ground.
Scruffy's tired.
Yeah, oh yeah, it's her nap time.
That's pretty cool.
And this is, you know, this is what they look like when we find them. In the rock that we dig in, it's this light gray, and the dinosaur bones are dark. So that's how we can, looking for the darker bones. And when we find these, they're all jumbled up in a big mass, all together. And there'll be different kind of dinosaur bones all mixed in together. Here's an example of that. You see this piece right here? This is part of a rib, and it's smashed down on top of this pelvic bone, and it's got, you know, rock in there that's kind of cemented this piece of rib to this bone. So one thing I've been working on is trying to separate this from that. And you know, it takes a while because you can see it's fragile and it cracks and everything. But that's part of what we do. Because these are all jumbled up together, a lot of our work is trying to separate the different bones from, you know, the big major pieces and all that, and figure out what they go to and all. So anyway, this is part of the pelvis, probably from Camarasaurus. That's what we're thinking. And we think that this pelvis and these two vertebrae and some more vertebrae we found last year all go to the same dinosaur. So we've got a good part of the kind of rear end of this dinosaur. And we're hoping we can find the skull and all that. Now, let me show you this. First thing I found when I started to work on this pelvis jacket was this. It was important because it helps us identify what dinosaur this probably is.
Whoa.
You know what that is?
It's a tooth.
It's a tooth. And that's the kind of tooth.
It's a ball tooth, so it's a...
It was a plant eater, like a Camarasaurus, or maybe a Patasaurus. It could be Diplodocus. We're thinking Camarasaurus.
Or it could be a Triceratops, because they're plant eaters as well.
Yeah.
Their bones are different. Though.
Yeah, their bones are different, and their Triceratops' teeth is different. See, the Ceratops, they had this big, like a beak in the front. Now they had teeth back here in the back of their jaw, but they're more like a tooth, kind of like what a cow has, just for chewing up the, you know, the plants and stuff. Yeah, kind of a little more flat, and you know, for grinding up their food and all that. But yeah, they had the big beak on the front very hard. They probably ate something like some kind of melons or pumpkins or something like that you know they could bite into with that beak. So, but anyway, that's dinosaur tooth.
I am. I have permission.
Okay.
So
Good for you.
this is a picture of where we excavate on the side
And
of
you
the
found
mountain.
all of this?
Yeah, I found all this in this spot right here. There are parts of about 17 different dinosaurs right there.
Wow.
I'm
Now,
gonna go there.
did you see the big petrified log on the front of the deal there?
Yeah.
That log came from right up here on the side of that mountain.
Oh.
The whole
So you-
log jam of those logs up there.
All fossils and fossilized stuff here, you dig up?
Not all of them. We've dug up a lot of them, but not all of them.
But you just like make them back together again. What time is it? This looks like a clam shell.
It is.
I got it
You know where I found that?
in the ocean.
Nope, found it right out there. Right out there in the river.
Remember we saw the footprints earlier?
There's a lot of fossils in the river, and that's where I found that clam. Found it last month, as a matter of fact.
Wow. And this thing's a month old.
No.
It's probably
You know,
old.
it was
Month-old
very,
fun.
very
Yeah.
rapidly because when a clam dies,
It goes down, down,
no,
down.
it opens up.
Wait, how's that shut though?
Well, it was still alive when it was buried. So it was buried quickly in this mud that became the limestone.
Just died.
It was still alive when it was completely buried, and it couldn't open up. See, when you find a clam like just out on the seashore, you find one opened up, you know that it just died naturally. And
animals can go in there.
this one wasn't done.
So this one didn't die natural.
Nope, it was alive when it was buried and it turned into a fossil.